The From TV series is back with its Season 3 this month. The past 2 seasons have kept us gripping the end of our seats and tormented us with numerous questions. Although only 1 episode of Season 3 has been released so far, it's only left us with more questions than answers. One such question is about this poor kid who's too afraid to sleep. So today we're going to be talking about Elgin Williams, a mysterious character introduced in Season 2, and how he seems to have some prophetic link with the hellish town they're stuck in. Let's dig in. But before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Who is Elgin Williams? Towards the end of Season 1, as all the hopes of contacting the outside world are wiped away with the storm and rain, the townsfolk are haphazardly trying to bring all the equipment back inside the colony house. So many things are happening at the same time. Tabitha gets lost in the pit in her basement. Jim rushes to help her after hearing the ominous voice from the radio. The storm brings along the chaos, and Donna tries to get everyone safe inside the house. Amid the screaming and chaos, Jade notices a bus arriving into the town and informs Donna, knowing that a bus full of characters is to be introduced to the madness. One of the guys in the Grand Rapid Runner bus is named Elgin Williams. He wakes up from his nap and sees the bus arriving in the town and starts panicking as if he already knows that they've arrived in hell. He starts freaking out, asking the driver Bacta to stop the bus while another passenger, Randall, whom we all collectively hate, asks Elgin to calm down. When Elgin doesn't stop, Randall tries to restrain him and forcefully drags him towards the seat as Bacta instructs everyone to remain calm. Elgin, however, throws up on Randall, now making Randall mad as he orders the driver to pull up. This was our introduction to Elgin, who is not the strongest pea in the pod. It seems he had a mysterious warning nightmare about the ominous place before even arriving there. This nightmare shook him to the extent that he panicked and caused a disruption, even throwing up. Gives me Final Destination flashbacks.
He's fucking dead. Don't you lay this on him. You made your own call here, Boyd.
What happened to him in Season 2? The bus pulls up in front of the locked diner, and all the other passengers get out of the smelly bus into the heavy rain. Elgin gets treated by another passenger named Marielle, who is a pediatric nurse, and another passenger named Brick stays behind with them. Mary does some basic checkups on Elgin to ensure he's okay, and then asks if he knows where he is. Elgin then asks her if she knows where she is, with a fearful expression. When Brick asks him about his freakout earlier, Elgin answers that he had a very bad dream. Just then, Randall gets inside in anger and screams at Elgin for ruining his shirt. We may have felt bad for the guy in that moment, but as Season 2 ended, we all wanted someone to throw up on him again, didn't we? Elgin apologizes to Randall, and Mary asks Randall to give Elgin some space before he storms out with his bag, remarking how bad the bus smells. Mary asks if Elgin is ready to go outside yet, and when she says he isn't, she decides to stay with him until he's ready. Outside, while all the other passengers are irritated with the rain, an old woman named Tilly dares to dance in the rain like a hippie, which is highly suspicious. Like, how dare she be all smiles in a world full of frowns? Soon, as the rain stops, the townsfolk arrive and welcome everyone into the diner. Mary also walks out of the bus with Elgin, but he unexpectedly collapses and starts having a seizure. Kenny and Julie rush to help Mary, and just as Elgin recovers, more chaos continues as Julie witnesses her house collapse with her father and the other 2 people stuck inside. As the night arrives, Bacta is adamant about instructing everyone to get inside the bus, despite Donna explaining the situation. Fed up with everyone, Donna brings out a shotgun and fires into the wheel of the bus before ordering everyone to get inside the diner. Most of the passengers obey her order, while some run away in fear. What would you have done? The dark forest, or an assertive lady with a shotgun? Well, Elgin is one of those who flees. Meanwhile, Tabitha, Victor, and Boyd, who are stuck in the forest, hide in Victor's makeshift canned goods truck. They soon hear Elgin screaming for help and open the door to see him being chased by the creatures. As they have no idea about the new character's arrival, they're a little hesitant at first, but soon let him in as the creatures get closer to him. He remarks that he should have listened to Donna and stayed at the diner. Boyd, however, points a gun at him, demanding to know who he is. Then we get one of those cuts where we are left to imagine their reactions when Elgin told them about the bus's arrival. As Elgin falls asleep in the truck, the three discuss, or rather do not discuss, their respective experiences and vaguely talk about things. Victor remarks that he doesn't trust Elgin, but Boyd assures him that since they're still alive, the kid is fine. Then there is morning. Why do these people not share things? The next morning, Boyd asks Elgin about the number of passengers arriving in the town, and Elgin remarks that there must be 20 to 25. He casually remarks about the collapsed house near the diner, which alerts Tabitha. After confirming that it's indeed her house, she rushes towards the town before them. Boyd notices some worms crawling beneath his skin and knows that trouble awaits. Victor stares at him with questioning eyes as Boyd instructs him to close the truck, and they continue towards the town, following Tabitha. We are again left to imagine the family's reunion as the scene shifts to Jim getting treated with his family by his side. The bus folks are instructed to the colony house under Donna's lead and assigned their place. Fatima gets assigned as Elgin's proxy to answer any questions and help him get settled down in the place. Elgin asks her about how long she has stayed in this place, and she tells him about celebrating her one-year anniversary recently. While looking around, Elgin makes a puzzled look, as if he just remembered something, and asks if there is some kind of water source near them. Fatima leads them to the nearby lake called Brundles, and remarks that they use it as an escape from the reality they are stuck in. She asks how Elgin knew about it, and he explains that he saw it in his nightmares. Fatima realizes that he is the one from the bus who got the ominous dream before arriving in the town, and eases his worries by saying that many people in the town experience weird dreams and premonitions. She recalls how one of them said that the place was calling out to them, but only a few of them were listening close enough to hear anything. Despite obsessing over those dreams, no one found a way out, and the premonitions only mockingly pointed out the fact that they were all stuck in that place. Later, Julie notices Elgin with his resting, somber face on the porch of Colony House and decides to befriend him. As she introduces herself, Elgin asks about her father, and Julie tells him that he is out of danger and resting. Elgin inquires about her time in the town, and Julie admits to being there for a short period compared to the others. She also remarks that if Elgin needs anyone to talk to, she will be there. Sometime later, Elgin arrives at the town's church and notices Sarah sitting there, all alone. Having been hated and outcast by everyone, she has been isolated to gulp down her sorrows and even kicked out of her house. Elgin, who doesn't know about her sins yet, strikes up a normal conversation. He learns that Sarah lives in the church now and has only been in the town for a few months. Elgin tells her how he used to go to church every Sunday with his grandma, as it used to make her happy. He reveals that he was traveling to visit her before getting stuck, and recalls how she had the habit of crocheting owls. Sarah then reminisces about painting ceramic ornaments with her brother when they were kids, and remarks that there was only one of them left in town. He asks why Sarah doesn't live in the colony house, and Sarah says she used to believe that people would be forgiven for their sins if they were truly sorry. Elgin then inquires what she has done that would need forgiveness, and Sarah reveals that she had killed her brother. Elgin is taken aback and asks if it was an accident. Sarah sadly remarks that he is going to find everything out soon, and Elgin decides to leave. Soon, Sarah goes to the diner storage to pick up her belongings and bumps into Kenny. He gets mad at her for going near his brother and throws all her stuff. She tries picking up the ornament, but Kenny shatters it on the ground. Sarah picks up the pieces, and Elgin helps her with the belongings before she runs away. One night, Dale accuses Elgin of stealing food out of the pantry. Elgin denies this accusation as Ellis arrives to calm things down. Dale remarks how new arrivals have caused their food supply to stretch thin, and Donna is hiding this fact from everyone. Dale insists that the only solution is to throw out the new arrivals and takes out a knife pointing towards Elgin and Bacta. Ellis tries to restrain Dale, but gets stabbed by him in the stomach. As blood gushes out, the colony people spring into action and help Ellis onto the couch, trying to apply pressure to the wound. Seeing his worsening condition, Fatima decides to transport Ellis to the clinic, and Elgin comes forth to help them. He bravely runs out of the house to get to the van and drives it in front of the house, ignoring all the creatures. After helping Fatima and Ellis inside, he drives off towards the clinic while struggling to breathe himself. Christy and Mary help them inside and call Boyd and Kenny, who are already with them, to the scene. Seeing Elgin agitated, Fatima asks if he's all right, and Elgin admits that he is not good around blood. As Ellis would need a blood transfusion to survive, Christy asks Boyd to be ready. Boyd is scared to transfer the worms to his son, so he refuses. They're fed up with Boyd's unexpected behavior, and Kenny even brings out a gun to force him, but they soon witness the crawling worms in his arms. The lack of conversation really makes up half their problems. Kenny offers to take the worms, but Boyd gets a brighter idea and soon transfers the worms to a creature, unexpectedly killing him. Ellis is saved, and the next morning, Boyd asks everyone to stay quiet about the creature as they've decided to examine its body for research purposes. Elgin, however, fails to keep the secret, as he tells Julie about it when he later meets her in the colony house and asks her to remain shush about it. He is also very puzzled, as ever since he saw the smiley face creature, he feels like he was supposed to remember something from his ominous dream on the bus, but just can't. Julie tries to ease his worries, remarking that they all feel like this as some new crazy thing keeps coming up in this place. She says that she has found a way to deal with it. She just draws a bath and sinks in it to meditate in peace. Inspired by her advice, Elgin decides to follow her technique to meditate. This is when we get the most talked about and speculated scene regarding Elgin. Suddenly, the music box that Boyd witnessed in the forest appears in the bathroom and it starts playing. Elgin could only watch as a kimono-wearing woman who looks like a corpse pushes him underwater. This only turns out to be a nightmare, but as Elgin wakes up, he spits out water as if he had truly drowned. Boyd comes to check up on him, and Elgin tells him about everything that happened. To ease his worries, Boyd tells him that they have found yellow bile from the creature, and they believe they can use it as a poison against the creatures. Elgin then suggests that they can dip the bullets in the bile and shoot the creatures. It seems that he also binge-watched Vampire Diaries. Later, Elgin is seen teaching Tilly crocheting, something he learned from his grandma. Fatima then arrives, and Tilly compliments her leadership, remarking that she will be a great mother. Fatima is shocked as she never told Tilly about being pregnant, and Tilly remarks that she has many children, so she can easily spot an expecting mother. Elgin seems to be deep in thought, and Fatima inquires if he's okay. He says that he remembers something from his dream, looking troubled yet again. Boyd, Kenny, and Christy find the creature's body filled with bugs, and Mary gets possessed by the music box monster, followed by Randall and Julie. Boyd comes to meet Elgin to hear the missing portion of his dream. He says that he saw the boy in white who kept repeating the phrase, "Here they come for 3, unless you stop the melody." Hearing this, Bhakta remarks that it is an old nursery rhyme her grandma used to sing for her. She completes the rhyme, adding, "They touch, they break, they steal, no one here is free." This makes Boyd realize that he's heard the portions of this rhyme before and eventually saves the 3 by destroying the music box.
Meet me at the steps.
Will he be the key character? In the first episode of Season 3, new chaos arises from the lack of food supply. Although the creatures have stopped attacking in their sleep, Elgin is still fearful of falling asleep. As he sits crocheting with Tilly in a dazed state, Tilly remarks that Elgin needs to rest now, remarking that the music box monster has been silenced. Elgin remarks that the problem is not with the monster, but the feeling he has, as if he's being watched all the time, but fails to remember who is watching him when he wakes up. Tilly then looks into the distance with a frightened expression and asks if he's talking about that kimono woman whom only they can see. As the woman comes closer and holds Elgin's face in her hands, he wakes up and finds himself alone on the couch. With Elgin's mysterious entry into the show and his dreams that hide the solutions to many problems and even often warn him about the future, fans have started speculating about his role in the next season. In Season 2, when Donna and Elgin were looking out for Randall or his corpse, even Donna remarked that Elgin's dream might be the key to offering a solution to their predicament. It even hinted towards the solution for destroying the music box monster, if it is even destroyed. There are many more speculations regarding the kimono woman Elgin keeps seeing in his dreams. Some fans pointed out that she looks so much like Fatima and speculated that Elgin may be Fatima and Ellis's child from the future who somehow survived and had no idea what his parents had to endure, hinting at a time loop paradox. While they're stuck, Elgin, being so kind and selfless, may sacrifice his life for some greater cause or save Fatima or Ellis, which in turn will make them honor him by naming their child Elgin. As we've already established, Elgin's dreams are not just a matter of coincidence, and they all contain some clue or meaning. Hence, the kimono ghost he keeps seeing might not be a harmful one, and maybe it's Fatima trying to tell him something, although it seems too far-fetched to be true. Despite all the speculations, the show hints towards Elgin having some ties to the place. Although Father Khatri and Boyd thought that Sarah's connection with the monsters may help them find the way out, it just left them with more questions. But this time, it seems that they found the real connection to the place with Elgin, and if they, for God's sake, learn to communicate well, they may be able to find real answers. Also, why, even in such a desperate situation, doesn't anyone pester Victor for answers? He knows some things. Even Tabitha didn't bother. Some speculations even say that Elgin has already been stuck in the town previously and had somehow escaped and forgotten about it. The dreams he's having are the resurfacing memories from his time there, or maybe he remembers it all and chooses not to share, like everyone else in the town. Nonetheless, Elgin is surely going to be a key character with his prophetic dreams and will provide answers to many mysteries of the town, if not all. It may be possible that all the far-fetched theories will fall flat and Elgin will turn out to be just another psychic who can see things like Sarah and Victor. We can only wait for the show to unravel its hundreds of mysteries. Marvelous verdict. Although he is not much in focus in these episodes and mostly remains in the background, his eerie dreams seem to be hiding some clues to the questions that have given us the headache throughout the series. We can only presume and make speculations out of what we were shown in the show while the makers take their precious time tying all the knots together. They better give us sensible answers to all the open-ended mysteries. What are your thoughts on Elgin's dreams and that kimono woman we keep seeing? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.